Afternoon, guys. So just sharing my thoughts on Spurs 2, West Ham 0. A very frustrating game all in all, largely because we didn't really learn anything that we didn't already know. I thought there were promising signs in the first half, but what was frustrating is the same problems kept coming forward, the same problems we've been talking about for months and even years in some cases. So at the back, I thought the two centre-halves were fairly solid. I don't think either of them really put a foot wrong. But fullbacks, we were weak from minute one. Tottenham knew this and they focused almost all their attacks from those areas. I think their goals came from those areas as well, particularly the first goal. In midfield, I thought we looked much stronger with Declan in there. Declan was strong, as we know that he will be. I saw him popping up at left back, right back, even in the number 10 role. And I think he's one of those players who's good enough that he could do a job almost anywhere on the park, which is great. Souček I thought was okay, average. I think a lot of the early hype has now settled down and we're starting to see that maybe, although good, he's not a world beater, but he did a job in there. Noble was the real weak link, which is concerning, and it's almost upsetting because we all love Noble. We all love what he's done for us during his time at the club. He's been a fantastic servant. But the fact is now he's 33 years old. He's just not capable of playing 90 minutes twice in 4 days, and he shouldn't have to do that. You know, he admits that himself. I think David Moyes should know that, but for some reason he doesn't. And the mistake wasn't made in the Spurs game. I think he should have played in the Spurs game. That's the sort of player you want for a derby. The mistake was made when he played against Wolves. He shouldn't have played that game. He should have sat it out. And we need to bear in mind that we've got other players that can come in and do a job. The front three I thought looked good. I thought Bowen looked really confident, really good on the ball. The shift from a midfielder into an attacking winger made all the difference. He was running past players, he was switching the play well, he was getting shots on goal, he looked really strong. I thought Fornals did a job, but he's not a winger, and that showed. And Antonio worked hard, but again, he's lacking fitness. He's not got 90 minutes in him at the moment. He hasn't had for a while for some reason. It's fine to play him, but I think we should have made a change earlier on. That said, it was a vast improvement from the Wolves game. It was nice to see that we can attack, we can keep the ball, we can string passes together, and we have got some flair in the side. It's just massively frustrating that we didn't see more of it, to be honest. In the second half, Spurs made a change, we didn't, and Spurs scored. I know the change didn't directly impact the goal, but the fact is they made a change and they got a goal. We didn't make a change and we didn't get a goal. Our substitutions I thought were predictable. We brought on Lanzini and Anderson. Neither one changed the shape. Neither one's in form. We brought on two off-form players for two players who maybe should have been pulled earlier in the game. Neither one did a great deal. Anderson's still flattering to deceive. There was a moment in the game where he lost the ball in the second half and his head dropped. Just no motivation to go and win it back. 5 minutes later, I think Bowen lost it in a right-back position. Straight away, he went and put in a tackle, won the ball back and set up an attack. And that was the real difference between those two players at the moment. One's playing with confidence, one's not. One cares and one really doesn't. As the game went on, Moyes made no further changes. They were the only two as far as I'm aware, and Spurs got their second goal. And that must be really frustrating for the players on the bench. You know, I do appreciate there's players who haven't had minutes for a while, the likes of Wilshere, Yarmolenko, but those are the sort of players we need to be using. You know, we're going to be playing 8-9 games in the course of 6 or 7 weeks. Moyes has said that they're not ready because they've not had minutes, but the only way they're going to get minutes is by getting a chance. You know, even when the game was gone, there was no reason why Wilshere couldn't have come on for 10 minutes, Yarmolenko couldn't have come on for 10 minutes. We've had the chance to make 10 substitutions in 2 games. And I think we've made 5. It's half as many as we're entitled to. And if I was Jack Wilshere, Andre Yarmolenko, Ajeti, those 3 in particular on the bench, I'd be looking at the players on the field and thinking, you know, what have I got to do? We're 2-0 down in 2 games running. We've not scored a goal. We've got 2 strikers on the bench in Silva and Ajeti. Neither one have had a run out in either game, so they've not had a minute between them in either game. We've not scored in either game. Yeah, we've got 2 strikers sitting on the bench. If I was Wilshere, Yarmolenko, as I say, those players in particular, I'd be knocking on Moyes' door and saying, look, what is my role here? If we're 2-0 down and I still don't get a look in when I'm a creative player, I'm an attacking player, then what's the point of me being here? What's the point of me being on the bench? You know, there's other things I could do with my day rather than go and sit on the bench and watch West Ham lose like the rest of us. But it's massively concerning. And I think the main concern is is David Moyes. His lack of tactical awareness, his lack of willingness to change things during games is really concerning. Next up, we've got Chelsea. I can't see us getting anything from that game, and I'd be surprised if Moyes makes any significant changes. I think you might look at 1 or 2 changes. I think the shape should stay the same, but I think he should be looking at getting fresh legs on. We're playing 2 games a week. He's got a big squad. One of the advantages we've got over other sides around us is we've got a big, capable squad, and he's just not using it. But I can't see us getting anything from Chelsea. After that, confidence is going to be low. The games get easier, but when you've lost 3 on the bounce, players on the bench aren't getting game time, they're not getting minutes, they're not match fit. I don't know where our next win's coming from. There's winnable games there, and I know we've got a habit of pulling things out of the bag and pulling results out of the bag, but I just don't see it. It wouldn't surprise me if we don't win another game all season. Encouraging signs from Tottenham. There were a few moments. The opening 15-20 minutes shows that we can do it, but we either need to find the confidence to do it, or we need Moyes to take the shackles off our players so that they can do it, because 4 goals conceded in 2 games, no goals scored, no points. That's worrying when other sides around us are picking up points here and there. We need to start getting points on the board. I still maintain that it's going to be too little too late, but hopefully I'll be proved wrong.